What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Andy's History Lessons. I know I've been gone a while, but today is a very special day because we're going to be talking about the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918, which is kind of similar to how we are today with the coronavirus in terms of how people need to act to prevent further spread of the disease. So, here we go. The Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide and killed an estimated 20 million to 50 million victims, including some 675,000 Americans. The 1918 flu was first observed in Europe, the United States, and parts of Asia, before swiftly spreading around the world. At the time, there were no effective drugs or vaccines to treat this killer flu strain. Citizens were ordered to wear masks, schools, theaters, and businesses were shuttered, and bodies piled up in makeshift morgues before the virus ended its deadly global march. Now you see what I meant by similarities between the Spanish flu pandemic and today's coronavirus, with people needing to wear masks everywhere they go and businesses being temporarily shut down. Everything like that is the same except for the body piles and all that stuff. Anyways, moving on. The first wave of the 1918 pandemic occurred in the spring and was generally mild. The sick, who experienced such typical flu symptoms as chills, fever, and fatigue, usually recovered after several days, and the number of reported deaths was low. However, a second, highly contagious wave of influenza appeared with a vengeance in the fall of that same year. Victims died within hours or days of developing symptoms, their skin turning blue and their lungs filling with fluid that caused them to suffocate. In just 1 year, 1918, the average life expectancy in America plummeted by 12 years. It's unknown exactly where the particular strain of influenza that caused the pandemic came from. However, the 1918 flu was first observed in Europe, America, and areas of Asia before spreading to almost every other part of the planet within a matter of months. Despite the fact that the 1918 flu wasn't isolated to one place, it became known around the world as the Spanish flu, as Spain was hit hard by the disease and was not subject to the wartime news blackouts that affected other European countries. Even Spain's king, Alfonso XIII, reportedly contracted the flu. By the summer of 1919, the flu pandemic came to an end, as those that were infected either died or developed immunity. Almost 90 years later, in 2008, researchers announced they discovered what made the 1918 flu so deadly. A group of 3 genes enabled the virus to weaken a victim's bronchial tubes and lungs and clear the way for bacterial pneumonia, kind of like how the coronavirus destroys the lungs and the lung tissue and causes all kinds of breathing problems and stuff. Since 1918, there have been several other influenza pandemics, although none as deadly. A flu pandemic from 1957 to 1958 killed around 2 million people worldwide, including some 70,000 people in the US. And a pandemic from 1968 to 1969 killed approximately 1 million people, including some 34,000 Americans. More than 12,000 Americans perished during the H1N1 or swine flu pandemic that occurred from 2009 to 2010. And I remember that one pretty well. That one nearly killed my grandmother back when it was going around and everything. But anyways, that is it, guys. This concludes the Spanish flu special. I hope that you're having a good day or that you have had a nice day. Please stay safe and stay virus-free. God be with all of us. This will all be over soon. Peace out. Rock on. New material coming soon. Thank you. Goodbye.